Hello and welcome to the show. Three vehicles are once again going to be taking on the Wreckoning today, and they all have the same thing in common. They have got mighty wings. We are starting with the Covet. Now, I did run this version around the Baharama circuit. It actually survived, I think, most of the way. It might have got the entire way, with the wings still attached before the car broke down. It is a lot meaner, the Wreckoning here. I would be surprised to see any of these vehicles survive wing attached the entire kind of lifespan, if you like, of them. Now, the vehicles, these kind of very high-end hill climb cars, are incredibly quick, have got very stiff road-going suspension, so it's not really the ideal. I mean, they need speed to be able to clear the jumps relatively easy. That is a helpful thing. I mean, here, for example, we could really just cruise up to this one here at 50 miles an hour. The problem part comes with the landings. When we are taking relatively large jumps, we're having relatively heavy landings, and on what is relatively kind of normal, I say relatively normal, racing suspension, very stiff suspension, very low, not designed to go off-road. And that is where we might see issues for these cars. Equally, if the radiator goes, the engines are going to overheat very quickly, and with such stiff suspension we might be expected to see the radiator die quickly, although on the other flip side of that is that the radiator will be a racing one, and at least that might be a little bit heavier duty. So far though, the radiator is we're in the wrong gear, nothing go. There we go, found some drive again. So far, radiator is okay, car is okay. That's a lot more speed than I thought I was going to be taking over there, but we got away with it. I try and get it under control again. Yeah, when you have as much power as you get in this hill climb car, it is very easy to be doing 15 miles an hour more than you are expecting to be doing at some jumps. So you can overshoot the landings quite badly. Now, we should have more than enough speed to make this work. Ooh, we are landing very heavy. I'm surprised. I'm A, surprised by the radiator, B, surprised by the way the wheels and the suspension is holding up. We are struggling. Oh, that's not going to be fun. We are struggling quite a lot with understeer from this car. I think perhaps the suspension damage not helping matters. Mighty Wing is still in one piece. You can see the way that the wing is affecting the car as it's flying through the air. It kind of moves about in the air in a peculiar manner as the downforce is affecting stuff on the car, essentially. And carefully does it. We've still got enough steering to not have to go across the worst of these bumps. They would be very mean to a car such as this one, especially when we have got a fair bit of its front left damage is really the problem bit. They're very easy to bounce the car around and do even more damage than there is already. I'm trying to check up on the rear suspension. Rear left doesn't look like it's quite at the right angle. However, we've made an opening lap not too terrible. Not too terrible at all. Now, we should have enough speed again down here to accelerate our way across the jump fairly straightforwardly. We're a little bit quick, but we can... Oh, there goes the rear bumper. We're a little bit quick, a slightly wonky angle, but it doesn't matter. It's all perfectly landable. That's going to be a technical measurement of something. Come on, across. Oh, that's chucked in a little bit. Oh, what's going on with that front wheel? What on earth has got on with the front wheel there? No, the wing! The wing is floundering! Do not let go. Do not let go, Mighty Wing. I'm not sure where that wheel got broke. In all of that, we are in trouble now. We are in trouble. We're struggling with drive. The diffs or something are not really... This is supposed to be all-wheel drive, and it has hit the 20 miles an hour, so it's not going to go out from the crawler restrictions. There we go. It's now got going again a little bit better. There is something distinctly unhappy, funnily enough, with this car. I'm slightly bemused as to where that wheel damage occurred. It looked like it occurred before we hit the twisting landing zone. I'm not really sure. We're going to try and... Oh no, this is about to go really badly wrong. It's about to go really badly wrong. I've got no steering. Now, I might be able to... I think, are we actually caught on the post? If we're caught on the post, I'm allowed to shuffle the car free. Yeah, okay, so the hitbox had got us stuck on the lamppost. I don't even know, though, if we can get the car back around. Do we have the steering left? Oh, it has actually shunted the wheel out of Maybe shunted the wheel down a little bit. Oh, God. The engine's doing weird things. Engine's doing very weird things. Let's just turn that off for a second. Oh, it's not happy. It's not happy. Oh, there we go. Now it's got some go again. It's done a very, very weird thing here. Everything is so buckled that we're just going to throw dirt at the camera. Can we get any drive at all? Ooh, that's not a fun sound. I am thinking that's dead. I am thinking that is dead indeed. There goes the engine's turned off now. It will restart. There is a lot of chassis damage done. A lot of chassis damage done at the front. I think it's kind of just got itself now beached in the mud, and it can't pull itself out because everything's broken and it's not. Yeah, he's not so happy. He's not so happy at all. Still, made it onto its second lap. Things were going relatively well until the front right wheel just gave up completely, and then we were always likely to be struggling. The wing survived though. It flapped around a little bit, but most importantly, the mighty wing stayed on the car. Now, we couldn't do a Mighty Wing episode without having the DH Outlaw Custom. This is the craziest of aero versions for the vehicle. Now, we had the Desert Racer go around. They had a decent-sized wing, but of course, nothing compared to this. The Desert Racer, though, a lot more off-road orientated. This, more of a kind of tarmac hill climb car. Still fairly heavy-duty suspension on it, mind. The downforce is quite a lot. And losing the wing on this affects the handling a fair bit. It does make it rather difficult to drive. If the wing comes off cleanly, it's not so terrible. If the wing kind of is half attached, you can get some very interesting aero effects going on with it flapping around and so on. It's, yeah, going to be an interesting vehicle. Again, like the hill climb cover, horrendously quick. There is so much power in this vehicle. We will have no problem making the jumps. The bigger issue will be overshooting the jumps or trying to compensate for the horrendous amount of power and then undershooting the jumps. That can happen as well. Oh, get that nose up. Nope, we've eaten the. That's a slight problem. There it goes. Well, that can ping off clear out of the way. I mean, I wasn't expecting the front scoop to last a particularly long amount of time. This course is a vicious one. Lots of jumps for a front wing of that manner, a front scoop essentially, to get caught on, and it was always likely to go snapping off. It's how long does the rear aero stay attached, and how does the loss of the front affect the handling of our vehicle. Now, we're going to go very, very quickly across here if we are careful. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect from the Outlaw. But this is a 4 now. Always the danger with a vehicle like this, especially being open wheels, very, very exposed wheels. All it takes is one crash. One crash, and just even a minor crash, just a slight twisting of something important can cause. Oh, that's a very, very big flight. Please land nicely. Uh-oh. Well, there goes the wing. I don't think it took any. Whoop. Okay, wing has been spat free. I don't think it's bent any of the wheels up, though, which is okay for now. Now, the handling, though, might get a little bit on the tricky side, although the advantage of this course is that it is a relatively slow speed. Relatively low speed turns to deal with, so we might not lose the back end. We'll try and get some pad up to 74 miles an hour. Probably one of the fastest vehicles to go around this course, I would imagine. I don't actually know what the record in terms of the fastest speed achieved here is. Because it probably would be down Pothole Alley, avoiding the potholes on the right-hand side. It would be about the only place that you can probably do 70 or so miles. Now, the Formula 1 car, I don't actually remember, would probably do more if it was in good enough condition. At that point, I don't think it was in a particularly healthy condition. Okay, across the jump we go. Yeah, it's not actually too bad here with the loss. I horrible fears that we'd lose the wing and it would be terrible, but because we are not going quick enough around a lot of these turns, it's not actually too terrible. Oh, it doesn't like that. It really wants to fly nose down there. Alright, we're fine. We're okay. We're gonna, ooh, gosh, slide our way across there. A little bit little bit uncontrollably, but nothing too bad. We gathered it all back up, and again, as long as the wheels are pointing straight and everything is yeah, not bent and buckled. Brakes are not as good as I'd hoped they would be through there, or we were just carrying a lot more speed. That one there is quite possible as well. I don't think we've ever explored that part of the track before. So, and it's a new, I don't know how many episodes we're in, 18 now, I think. We're still finding new parts of the track to go and explore. Oh! Uh-oh! Bad things have happened! Catastrophically bad things have happened! The wheels have gone... Well, that's... that is... unexpected. It was looking so good. I mean, that was about as good as you can get across that jump. It was flying flat and level. I guess it might have been a little bit too flat on the landing. That's why it put the shock through everything, and it snapped. It snapped a half shaft. I didn't actually see. I think it was just wheel axles. It snapped in a half shaft, and now we're out of all sorts of drive. Such an unexpected. Like, it wasn't twisting through the air. You know, you tend to expect to see these kind of buggies, if you like. When things go wrong, they'll hit the ground and they'll cartwheel and they'll twist and wheels will fall off and so on. This wasn't doing any of that. It just landed flat on the ground, and I guess that was just too much for the suspension. After, what, the third, fourth big landing, and that's just asking too much, and, well, we lost a couple of wheels. Yeah, bonus points for unexpectedness, I think, with all of that. And finally, of course, we couldn't leave without using the Sunburst Hill Climb Edition. Yep, certainly a mighty wing on the back of this. Now, as far as cars go, Sunburst, pretty good choice around here. One currently leads the way, almost making it onto its 6th lap. Also, a hatchback version, the furthest front-wheel drive car to have gone around this course. So, for a base vehicle, yeah, pretty bloody good choice. However, we still have the same old, well, problems, if you like, of very low, very stiff racing suspension not being good across the bumps. Much like we saw issues with the Covet, we're probably going to suffer similar things here. Now, I would hope that perhaps the Sunburst is a little bit stronger overall, so it might be able to deal with these crashes a little bit better, but that is what we're going to find out fairly quickly. We've made it across that opening jump with no major problems. Right, across this next one we go. It's some big heavy landings. Big heavy landings down there, and we've got the wing flapping at the back. Now, as I said with the Outlaw, I was expecting losing the wings to cause issues, but because we're so slow around here, and it's not actually affecting the car's handling too much. It would if we were at a proper circuit and so on, but around here, or if we're just going faster as well, but around here, no. We haven't got problems with the lack of downforce or wonky downforce. We might potentially fly through the air wonky if that's flexing. I don't really know how that's going to affect matters in the Sunburst. Oh, that's a little bit quick, but it's a little bit quick, and there goes there goes the wing, and for whatever reason the bonnet decided it had enough. That's really odd. You don't, I mean, you of course lose the bonnets of the cars in various crashes. You don't tend to see the bonnet come off like in one go that cleanly. That's a really peculiar one, but there we go. Yeah, the wing's not going to stay. The Covet is still going to be one of the very few cars to survive a run around here with a mighty wing still attached. We do have some big issues. I've just seen... We have some big issues. We've got flappy wheels going on at the back. The rear left is doing all sorts of things. Yeah, I mean, the rear left, that's always going to get broken. There was the fact that it wasn't broken immediately when it's doing that. Yeah, that's not long for this world. Now that, oh god, is probably going to mean that we're now a front-wheel drive car. Oh, Christ. That might be the most extreme, violent case of flappy wheels we've ever seen on a car. That's where are we going? Well, we're going this way now. We're going whichever way the rear of this car determines we're going. Not good for going down Pothole Alley, where I'm trying to avoid potholes as best as I can in a car that's not going to like them. Uh-oh. Come on, come on, down we get. I think we took the radiator out across the river as well, and a car like this, overheating is going to be a big problem very, very quickly. Our handling issues are perhaps the bigger... the bigger thing right about now. If we could just lose that wheel, in fact, the wheel, it's kind of in a better place now. If we could just lose the wheel entirely, that would suit me quite nicely. It's just... oh! That's one way to sort the car out. I guess it stopped it rolling over, which is about the only plus point that flappy wheel has done over there. God, this thing is undrivable. I mean, I've driven a fair few cars in desperately poor conditions around here. This might just, well, around here, around the Baja Rama circuit, this might just be the worst we have ever seen a car do. It's so... so bad. I'm just expecting the sheer forces going on here to snap the wheel off eventually. It probably will, but it's how much damage does it do in the process. I mean, we've overheated the engine so quickly because we just can't go anywhere with the wheel doing this, and we're probably going to have a really big accident here. We might actually end up going swimming if we're not careful. Okay, no, we're fine. We're going so slowly across there, it's only torn off the rear bumper. It could spit us into the river, quite frankly, on some of these jumps if it continues in the manner that it is. Around we go. Okay, it's kind of currently behaving itself. Oh no, this is bad. This is bad. That's very bad. Are we going to have any attempt? I don't think we're going to have any drive left because the diffs might not let the car go. It is actually still kind of driving. It can kind of crab, but it is going to overheat, and I think it's going to run out. It can kind of crab on a flat surface, but as soon as we get to a hill, we are going to go out. I mean, that is a unique failure. That, I think, is the best way to put it there. I say a unique failure. It's by far and away the most extreme case of flappy wheels, the way that was shaking the car about. I am amazed that wheels stayed attached. That should have flung itself clear. It didn't. Yeah. Once it started doing that, you're never going to be able to take any speed to get across the jumps. Even if we weren't overheating, we lost the wheel, and that at the end of the day, they were always going to cause us problems with the jumps. If that wheel had just snapped clean off, we could have probably carried on with little in the way of problems, but the fact that it didn't is what gave us the issues here. Yeah, certainly an experience. Can't quite live up to the strongest of the sunbursts, but perhaps not too surprising that it would struggle around this sort of a course. On to our leaderboard, and it is the DH Outlaw that would go furthest for the day. All three of the almighty winged vehicles dying on the same lap, but not a huge amount of difference between the lot of them. The Outlaw with the peculiar, well, technically drive shaft failure that would stop the car from moving, the wheels falling off on a landing. The more I watch back that landing, it still doesn't look like a particularly heavy hit, but it was obviously enough. It was obviously enough to shatter that car's chances. It doesn't go quite as far as the Desert Racer version. A couple of corners further behind. The Covert Hill Climb car is in 27th place. The kind of chassis twisting causing the issues on that one. As once the front was kind of buckled up, it became a very difficult car to drive and gradually got worse until it ended up getting stuck. It's a unfortunate one for the Covert, and yeah, I'm still not quite sure what caused the excess damage to the chassis, but such low stiff race suspension is always going to send a lot of shock through the chassis. And then we have the Sunburst Hill Climb car down in 30th place with the wheel pinging off, but it was really the flappy wheel that was going on at the back that caused the majority of the issues for that car, making it so difficult to drive. You couldn't take speed across jumps, and thus it was always going to take heavy damage. It goes fractionally further down the road than the FailRace Motorsport version of the Sunburst. They're not quite as far as the D-Series off-road driven by an AI. That, though, is going to be it for this video. As ever, I shall link all the mods used in the description so you can download them, have a go with them yourself. But thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.